Good morning, 5MB. Welcome to Wednesday, April 29th. I'm running a little bit behind today. I'm hoping to get this out before 8 o'clock like I'm supposed to. So you'll see my hair is still wet, and I just quickly got out of the shower and got dressed. So I want to talk a little bit about today and what that is going to look like. Today I am meeting with 4 kids for a small group for my Google Meet from 9 to 10, and that is going to be Martine, Oliver, Maya, and Hannah. I'm going to need you to get on from 9 to 10. You're going to use that 5MB code to be able to get on. So let's talk about what we are going to be looking at today. So your must-dos for today, for math, you have Zern. You're going to be working on lesson 5 and lesson 6. A majority of you are already up to lesson 5, so you can complete that lesson 5 and complete lesson 6 as you move forward. Today for writing, we are on our second peer revising and editing. I have got 13 of you who have not done your first revising and editing of your peers paper, which if they're going to do the revising of your paper, remember the expectation is it's a two-way street. If they're going to do you, you need to do them, which means now you have to do 2 papers today. Revise and edit 2 peers papers. That revising and editing schedule and who your peers are is on Google Classroom under writing when it talks about peer editing. I have 11 of you who have not gotten into your paper in the last 2 weeks to make revising and edits. And I've gone in and I've revised and edited every single paper at this point. I've given you suggestions. I've told you where to look, where to go back, things that you need to make. And for you, 11 of you not to have gone in and made revising and editing in the last week or 2 weeks is unacceptable at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I almost feel like 13 of you who have not done one peers paper is unacceptable also, because you know the expectations and your peers are relying on you. This is not me right now. This is your peers. And I can see exactly how many people you've gone and revised and edit. Now remember, when we talk about revising and editing, the more eyes on your paper, the more you're going to find those simple little mistakes, the more your paper is going to end up being exactly what you want it to be. So if you've revised and edited your 2 peers from your group's paper, you are more than welcome to ask anyone else to revise and edit your paper. So think about mom and dad, brothers and sisters. I can revise and edit your paper again if you ask me to. You can ask your peers to revise and edit your paper. Remember that if you are talking about your peers, if you have them revise and edit your paper, you need to be revising and editing their paper also. Two-way street. It goes both ways. Next week, we're going to be talking about publishing this paper. So you need to make sure that you're getting these revising and editings done, so that way your partners in your group have the opportunity to be able to publish their paper next week and have the full experience that they need to have, because this final paper, this publishing of your paper is what I'm looking for in your grades for this trimester. We're not doing an on-demand writing, which means that this is your opportunity for your grades. You want it to be your best. You have a CNN 10 reflection that is due today. You can find that in social studies. Word study, you're working on Spelling City. You should be completing about 3 activities. By the end of today, you should have all your spelling activities completed. So if you completed 3 spelling activities last week, you'll have 3 spelling activities to do this week, and all your Spelling City activities will be completed. So you'll be completed with that assignment. Make sure that you are getting ready for your test tomorrow. Okay, remember, there's no reason why anybody should be getting 20% on their spelling or the vocabulary test. I am looking for an 80% or higher to move on to the next set of words. So make sure that you're doing the best that you can, the best of your abilities, to be able to get that completed and ready to go. As far as our extras for today, you have PE and you have art coming up. Remember, art at the end of this week on Friday, you have an art piece that is due for Mrs. Cruz, and she explains to you, I've got that announcement up on Google Classroom under our e-learning. She explains to you how you need to turn that into her. So make sure you're getting that art completed. You have a TED Talk today, handwriting 2 pages. Remember, those 2 pages are due by the end of the week. So if you've already completed them, great. If you haven't, you can keep working on that. for us to be ready to go. Any questions, make sure you reach out to me. I already have 2 students that I'm having a private Google Meet with today to talk about their writing papers. Remember that if you need help or support with anything, I am more than welcome to set up an appointment to be able to work and help you out. I had a couple people hop on yesterday that had some quick questions, especially about our reading and our toy. And that question is, when is our model and our diagram of our toy going to be due? And so this week we're kind of thinking about what's that purpose. We're going to start talking about sales pitches and what that's going to look like, start writing our sales pitch. So realistically, your toy needs to be completed by Monday, May 11th. That gives you about, after the 2 days this week, it gives you a full week next week for you to be able to be working on that and completing on it. Okay, you want to have that toy, that model completed before we start videotaping your sales pitches for your investors. So that gives you a couple of, or some time to be able to be thinking through that and getting that work completed. I hope that you have a lazy, rainy day, just like I am. Get your work done this morning and ready to go. I hope that it clears up a little bit so we could have some sunshine and be outside. And again, any questions, make sure you email me. I do not look at the Google Meet comments. I don't get notifications for those. So if you have any pressing questions, make sure you are sending me that email. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later, ladies and gentlemen.